Alright, hello again everyone. Today a new camera, well, not necessarily a new camera, just new software I'm videoing it on, as I got a new laptop and Windows 8 no longer supports the program I do it on. I did the old camera videoing on, bit of a bummer, but it doesn't matter because I think it looks slightly better in my opinion, but you know, so each to their own. It may look worse in your opinion. Alright, so I've got a nice little trick here today which involves two decks, and it is impromptu, so I'll just give these a quick mix, but I do promise you it is impromptu. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I would ask you to pick one of these decks, and say you went ahead and picked the orange deck. It is a really nice deck, and you went ahead and picked that, so I'm left with this one. Okay, now what we'll do is first I'll go through and I'm just going to pick a card. I'm going to take a look at this card. Just going to take I'll take a look at that card and I'll just give it a nice cut right into the middle, and now I'm remembering that card. Now you would also go ahead and do the same thing, so you just stop there, you just take a look at that card, okay, and then we'll just place that on top and cut it into the middle also. Okay, so now we'd switch decks. Okay, so now you've got my selection in this deck and I've got your selection somewhere in this deck. Now I'm going to go through your deck and I'm going to take out the card that are selected, sorry, in this deck. So I'm going to go through and take out the card that I selected in that deck. So I'm just going to go through now, just take a quick look, and yep, there it is, and that's the card I selected. Okay, so now that's the card I took out, and now you would go ahead and take out the card you selected out of this deck. Now I'm just going to have to know for the purpose of the performance that it was the 4 of clubs, so you go through, and the spectator would do this in secret, and they'd just go and look for the card they selected, which is the 4 of clubs, which I can't seem to find right now. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so I'd take that card out, but this would all be done without speaking to the spectator, obviously, in the performance. And now, boom, just like that, the card that they selected was the 4 of clubs, and just like that, the card that I selected was the 4 of clubs. Boom. Okay, it's quite a difficult trick to understand in the performance, but I think once I explain it, you're going to get this straight away, and you're going to love it, because I think this is a great trick. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're obviously going to need 2 decks, and then what you're going to do is you are going to take one of them, and you're just going to ask the spectator which one they want, and whichever one they select, say they select this one again. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to go through, you're going to say you're stopping a card, you're taking it out, you're taking a look at it. You know, this is indifferent, you don't need this whatsoever, you don't even need to look at it if you don't want to, you just tilt it on its side, just pretend you're looking at it. I'm not really bothering about what the card is, it doesn't matter. So as soon as I just pretend I took a look at this, I put it back on top, obviously without making sure the spectator doesn't see it, and just go ahead and cut it right into the middle. Okay, now then what you will do is you go to, the spectator will go to theirs and they will say stop, but before you do this, you just need to, when you pass it to the deck to them, just do this, just twist it over like this. And now I've got the bottom card memorised and I know it's the 5 of hearts. So that's important when you do this twist, to see the bottom card, because the bottom card is going to be your key card. So then you know the bottom card is 5 of hearts. Now they will go through, stop somewhere, take their card out, take a look at it, it's the king of clubs, but the spectator won't know this right now, he'll just be remembering the 5 of hearts, and then they'll go ahead and cut that right into theirs. Alright, so now in here, this deck has got nothing to do with it at the minute, and in here we've got the spectator selection which they're remembering, and we've got the 5 of hearts which I'm remembering, the key card. Then you go ahead and switch the decks, and you tell them to go through this deck and look for their card that they're selected in this deck. So they will go through and they will look for the king of clubs, and they'll just take that out, put it face down, and then that's that. Now what you will be doing in this deck is you're saying you're going through and looking for the selection that you picked in this deck. You're not doing that whatsoever. What you're going through and looking for your key card, the 5 of hearts. Now once you find that 5 of hearts, the card directly below it, the card it's facing, is this card here, will be the selection. And you're just going to go ahead and take this card out, and you're going to say this is the card you selected. It's not whatsoever, but you know, it'll be alright. So then you take that card out, and now you're just left. It's all about the performance now. So now you just say, you know, run through the trick again. It'll make it more powerful, and then you just go ahead and make them show their card, and they should say that they selected the King of Clubs. And you say, wouldn't it be mad if I just selected the same card, the King of Clubs? And just like that, it's a great effect. I love it, and very powerful on spectators. It seems like a mind reading sort of thing. You know, it's a great trick. Alright, so that's it.